family, and welcome back to the Ebony Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I really appreciate you for coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today's topic is as it should be. And my support scripture for this is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1, 1 through 2, actually. And it reads, Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, and the elder women as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. And that scripture today is hitting home because of, the way of life here. And I'm just trying to explain the best way I can, because as I'm out on my daily, I have come to learn and grow with the people in the community. I know them and they know me. I grew up in Mississippi, so this common thread of, hey, good morning, how you doing? You have my grandma's best friend, Miss Sammy up the street, Miss Louise, Miss Chlorine. You have all these ladies around there, and you treat them as pretty much mother figures, even though, they were my grandmother's best friends, because my mother was, off doing other things and going about her life. But, growing up with a grandmother, you had to do all these things and, make sure you're taking care of the little things around the house. And then as you go out in the neighborhood, you have this community of ladies that, look out, that you may have to do additional tasks for, but it's nothing so much that, it takes away from your daily life, but it is the community aspect of it. But just looking at this scripture, and, here, it is a plethora of men. In the communities that I was growing up in, it was men there, but, with the constant pressure to work and provide for a family. And then, you be subject to, people who, may push you away because the government benefits would be better. And now you're trying to provide for a family as well as, in that system where they're supported by government benefits. So you're not a family because the benefits are better. The benefits afford you the privilege not to have to, in a word, submit to being the wife and keeping the family together. And, that's my talking point for that. But, with these communities around here, you see more of the father, grandfather figure, around. So, when I see these older gentlemen that, we've engaged with and we talk with, I say, hey, Habari Zazabui Shikamu, or Baba, a father while we're out. And, it's great because, it's that sign of respect for them. And you can see the demeanor change. And you say, yes, he's family now. That's the type of atmosphere that, this village life provides, where, yes, he is the elder of the village. He is older than me. So that sign of respect and that sign of, that show of gratitude for his wisdom, whatever he may, bless upon me this day, is always welcomed. And, not shunning anything that someone would say, but, that's just a blessing to kind of be in that kind of community where you have a lot of men who have put in the work and is putting in the work for their families. And as far as the younger men, like this verse goes on to describe as brothers. I know a lot of the young men, Siddiqui in particular, I treat him, as a brother because, he's invited me to his wedding. He's done countless things for me and the business as well, and I try to make sure that anything that I have that comes to mind, I reach out to him because, this is the community that I live in. So he's like a brother to me. So I would always go to my brother first before going outside to get something done. as well as the older women here. It's a older lady that works not far from that lives not far from the shop, and when she comes down the street, man, she is the epitome of this wonderful lady, Miss Sammy. That I had a chance to, just grow up around. We call her Sambo, but it's amazing, to see, this woman who is probably every bit of 90 plus, 90 plus. She's walking up and down the street, and she's going to get her fish for the day or a little vegetables and things of that nature. And she's invited me multiple times, and I have to get off my butt today, and I'm going to actually try to make it to her home to visit her. It's amazing, to have that community, because talking to her, trying to understand with my broken Swahili, as she walk up and down the street, she's like, "Oh, is this your house that you're building?" I said, "Yes, yes, ma'am, this is my house." She said, "Okay, well, you need to make a spot in the back, because I want to live in something this big." And, it's just funny, man. It's just like, it's a lot of love that you get from the community when you're in it, man. And it's just, it's always a way, to treat people, and how you conduct yourself and how you carry yourself, and how, your family begins to carry themselves. And I say all that because, it's difficult for our children growing up in America if they're not growing up in the southern states, like, maybe Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, something like that, where, even just speaking every day, is uncommon. And here, I'm breaking my kids out of that mentality. When we get out of the car, the first thing is like, "Hey, make sure you go and speak to such and such and so. And one of my guys up here at the job, actually, he came and pulled me to the side, man, like, "Hey, man, your kids are, starting to get it," because that is a big thing, to speak every morning and to show that respect for the elders, or just acknowledge people. And me, I'm big on that. I love to acknowledge people and let them know that, hey, I see you. Because that's all anybody ever wants. Nobody wants to be invisible, whether you're rich or whether you're poor, you want to be seen. You want to have an opportunity to have your voice heard if that's a thing now. But, it's great to see my kids breaking out of their shells. And for you guys at home, that's a big thing. If it's not for church, which we spend a lot of time in, kids speaking on a regular basis is not something that happens. They don't just go out to, hey, how you doing? Go out of their way to do that. And to people that they don't know, it's especially rare. It's especially rare. And so, having that understanding of where we are and treating the older men, the younger men, the elder women, and also the younger women, treating them, as sisters. It's a lot of, young ladies running around, and, it's to treat them with the same level of respect, to come here and not, we see a lot of that, the tourist people that may come in of a different nationality, preying on the younger women. It's not a good thing, but everybody does what they do for their own purposes, and I know these young ladies see a better life, and hey, who knows the situation or how they get to that point, but I do see that a lot here with the younger ladies. Me and my wife were speaking on that, looking at these young black ladies who we thought would have been great candidates for our young men, and then 2 or 3 minutes later, and they have these older white gentlemen, like as their, I guess, husbands, boyfriends, or whatever it may be, and it's like, wow, didn't see that coming, but as I digress and we get back into the, the purpose of this scripture is to treat people in a certain caliber. That's our responsibility towards others. We need to be accountable and compassionate and understanding to the people around us. Always putting our best feet forward, or foot forward, as we would say. So, family, again, I appreciate you all for listening. And as always, enjoy